Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another brand new episode of your very own show, Colors of India. Today on our show, we celebrate 68 years of India's independence, glorifying its tradition, culture, music, art and the way of life. But before all the celebration begins, a look at the highlights this week. We begin this week with Jasmine Azadi, followed by the Janmashtami celebrations, and finally, a food walk down the streets of Delhi. The 15th of August is not just a holiday. It is a day that demands to be celebrated with spirit. It is a day when all our heroes who gave us this freedom must be remembered. Celebrating this day is a matter of great pride for all of us. Projecting this very idea was Dance Academy Sadhayas Jasmine Azadi.
भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है, सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है.
With the motto of celebrating our Independence Day, just like any other grand Indian festival, Sadhya, a modern-day leading dance academy, along with Nehru Bal Sangh, organized an epic saga of freedom, Jasmine Azadi. Celebrating the 68th Independence Day of India by tracing the country's journey from the British Raj to the moment India won freedom.
We believe this is the most important festival. Like we celebrate all other festivals, we celebrate Diwali with lot of enthusiasm, lot of zeal. We wait for Diwali in months ahead. We celebrate Eid, we celebrate Holi. Why not our national festival? This is our only national festival, and which is there for all communities, all religions, all sections of society, whether it's child, old, everybody. This is there. So we want that people should celebrate this, and with a lot of pride, energy, and this should become a people's festival. Using dynamic lighting, they opened their act with acrobatic moves that defined the golden era of India. Dancing to the tunes of the legendary song Vande Mataram, their electrifying gymnastics sure made many gasp. In 1858, the British took over Indian lands. This was showed through a powerful contemporary piece that evoked the long-gone feelings of being dominated. But this gave rise to many revolutionaries like Mangal Pandey, Jhansi Ki Rani, and Bhagat Singh, who braved death for their beloved motherland.
When we talk about the classical form, is a particular from particular state, like from the south and north and all. But in the contemporary, is to the common language, to reach to all the people. There's no religion, no nothing. It's through the body, you are just conveying your message. And this is a plus point in the contemporary. We are not talking about any particular style, but we are talking about how you can project the theme through your movement to the general public. The struggle of our heroes brought the freedom that we live with today. Satyameva Jayate. Truth Alone Triumphs was the piece depicting the victory of our great heroes. Selecting apt songs, Sadhya Dance Group ignited the patriotism in every Indian.
I was very moved by the performance. I think the entire show has been put together very beautifully, the audio visuals and the dance performances. and I was, touched by the talent which I saw. Amazingly mesmerizing, and there were many moments where one got emotional also while watching it, because there's so much to it. We must learn how to value our independence, which is also a part of what has been said today.
Even after 68 years, the spirit lives on, and this could be seen through the traditional Punjabi performance, Mohirang de Basanti. Dancing to their freedom, they boasted that the 15th of August is a day of pride and glory for every Indian citizen.
A scintillating performance projecting the awakening of our country through brilliant music and dance. Now, apart from celebrating India's Independence Day, the capital also witnessed a unique music concert by Batarimba celebrating Colombia's National Day.
Get up, put your hands in the air, and sway to the electrifying beats. Celebrating the National Day of Colombia, the capital draped itself in Colombian music and colors in a befitting evening. Carlos Balanta, fondly known as Batarimba, is a Colombian fusion artist whose recent concert literally made Delhiites leave their chairs and shake a leg with him.
Mi venida a India es gracias a la embajada que ha tenido un poco de confianza en mí para representar nuestra música, nuestro folclore, y es así como me hacen esta invitación para estar aquí en India, estar en Nepal en esta maravillosa celebración y llevando esta musicalidad a todos ustedes.
The event was organized by the Colombian Embassy and India International Center. Carlos opened the evening with a happy Colombian number. An expert in musical instruments, especially the Colombian marimba. He's rightly called a one-man orchestra. Deftly building his music, it took a special turn when accompanied dancers danced in the Indian classical fashion.
Music itself, like you can always relate it to one or the other, but I believe it's quite different because the instruments and sound what they're using it's totally different in Colombia, and one instrument, cowbells or things that they use for congas, and here is totally different. Like we have more of a classical instruments here, like tabla, dholak, then santoor, sitar. So like obviously like the feel is different, but when you do the fusion, then it's totally beautiful. It's very nice to hear.
A trained percussionist, Carlos has inherited the folkloric tradition of Colombian music from his family. He showed off his dexterity creating music from a blown-up balloon. Being a performer is not easy, but Carlos won many a hearts as he made sure that he interacted with his audience at all times, making them absorb his kind of music.
Oh, I loved the event. I'm usually not a very, participating kind of audience, but this artist, he was so good, he made everybody participate. We loved it. And language was no barrier. Really, it was great.
Through his folkloric renditions, Carlos surpassed regional demarcations, mixing traditional marimba from the Pacific coast of the south with the percussions of the Atlantic coast, creating music that immediately strikes a chord. Laced with the message of peace, his music beckoned all on stage.
Now, listening to such energetic music, who could have remained seated? I'm sure all of you watching it there must have been wanting to jump on the dance floor. With that, we head into a very short break. I'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is a Nritya Natika devoted to Lord Krishna and some sumptuous bites from the Independence Day treat, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Ahead of Janmashtami, the national capital had a chance to witness the various exploits of Lord Krishna, probably the only divine personality who combined the best qualities of God and man. Take a look at Sriram Kala Kendra's 39th edition of drama Krishna.
An evening of dance dedicated to Lord Krishna. The performance encapsulating his life from birth to taking on the mantle of a savior.
I think the stage is 100 times better. I mean, जितना रस आज लोगों ने लिया है, they can never take it from TV. I mean, that is my own view. That's why every year, I mean, as a director, I try to improve the content and then, of course, everything else.
The first half is dedicated to the various forms the Lord assumes, from stealing butter to teasing the milkmaids and the gopis. Krishna plays the true friend by jumping into a river to retrieve a ball. And the dream lover smitten by Radha and anxious to know what she thinks.
जब जब धरतियों पे पाप का भार बढ़ा है तब तक भगवान का किसी न किसी के रूप में, चाहे कृष्ण के रूप में हो या राम के रूप में हो, अवतार भगवान जी लेके और धरती का पाप कम किया है.
राधा की जो स्टोरी है सारी वही थी मेरे माइंड में थी कि शी वाज वेरी यंग एंड शाई एंड येट स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड शी वाज अ होली स्पिरिट. सो वही सब माइंड में था एंड बहुत सारे मिक्स्ड इमोशंस थे.
In the second half, Krishna takes tearful leave of his beloved to fulfill his duty towards dharma. As he prepares to go to Dwarka, he is visited by an impoverished childhood friend, Sudama, who is treated with love and affection by Krishna and wife Rukmani.
It's like a childbirth, you know. You have to conceive first, you know, and it's you have to 9 months. You have to keep the child inside, in the womb, and deliver. It's kind of that kind of work is there. So we always think about the dance forms, which dance will be better. The dancers are also different style. Some of them are Bharatanatyam dancers, some of them are Kathak dancers, some of them are Odissi dancers. So the movement which I am giving, so everybody could do that, So that is a very important part.
The dance drama ends with the episode in Mahabharat, where the Kauravas invite the Pandavas to a game of dice. Yudhishthir loses everything, including his wife Draupadi. The Kauravas drag her to the royal court and try to disrobe her. Setting the stage for Lord Krishna to appear as the Redeemer.
Lord Krishna is the personification of divinity, the Lord who gave mankind the Bhagavad Gita. It was a show that underscored the fact that Krishna is an epitome of love and divine joy who destroys all the pain and sin. Now in our next segment, let's celebrate the magic of monsoons. Music buffs in Delhi enjoyed the monsoon festival in the national capital, a musical treat that witnessed various instrumental recitals by different artists.
The rains may have disappointed this year, but the Monsoon Festival more than evoked all its magic at the India International Centre. The evening featured recital by Gayatri Govindarajan on the veena. Her Carnatic presentations featured 5 ragas related to the monsoon. Next came Pag Ghungru Baadh Meera Nachi Re in Rag Chandrakos. Ending with the composition Vaishnava Janato.
My instrument is the Saraswati Veena. I'm proud to mention that it is the national instrument of our country. The Veena is a very, very ancient instrument. The symbolic value is, it just goes beyond music. The 4 strings symbolize the 4 Vedas.
Gayatri's performance was followed by Debanjan Bhattacharjee on the sarod, playing Hindustani music.
The sarod is a very traditional Indian instrument having an Islamic origin. If you go to the history, you will find that it's from the Central Asia, and it was originated from an instrument called sarud. It's an Arabic instrument, and then slowly it got transformed into rabab, and then it was modified in our gharana.
The highlight of the evening was Mia Ki Malhar, a creation of the legendary Mia Tansen at Akbar's court. That heralds perfectly the coming of the monsoon.
Carnatic music is a gift from South India, while Hindustani music comes from North India. For any music buff, what can be more perfect than the confluence of both these styles? On that note, we head into another very short break, the Independence Day special food treat on the other side, so don't go anywhere. Up next, a lavish food affair drenched in the spirit of patriotism. Welcome back. Just 2 days ago, India celebrated its 68th Independence Day. So today in our food walk, along with food, we'll also be trailing all the other things that bind our Indian culture. So for that, let's go over to Shubhra.
Hello and welcome to Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. It has been 68 years that India has won its independence. Much has changed since then, but there are still certain things like the tradition of flying kites, hoisting the tricolors, and of course, the array of street foods that we have in offer. These still outline what India is. So here I am today at Gurgaon's epicenter, being a part of the modern day celebration of our Independence Day. So come and join me. The spirit of independence could be felt in the air, in the faces of the many children and adults that flocked the vicinity. The Independence Day Carnival is an annual affair calling people to be drenched in the colors of patriotism. Kites symbolize freedom. And I caught up with the man who's known to fly hundreds of kites in a single string, Bhai Mia.
बहुत बढ़िया है, सबसे बड़ी मिलन का दिन है ये हमारा। आपस में मिलने बैठने चारे भाईचारे का दिन है ये सब लोग मिलके प्रोग्राम मनाते हैं, खुशी होती है। 15 अगस्त पे ज़्यादातर पतंगे भी उड़ाई जाती हैं और जगह भी ऐसे प्रोग्राम चलना है जो होते हैं। ये हमारा ये वो नहीं है, 15 का आज़ादी का दिन सबसे बड़ा और इस पे प्रोग्राम बहुत अच्छे हो रहे हैं।
The celebration offered small glimpses of what defines India, from the large depiction of the iconic Red Fort made out of recycled Tetra packets, to the tinkling sound of the bioscope, telling stories of ancient times, and also the electrifying Naat Kartab, the art of walking on ropes, the dance of Katputli, and the exciting rhythms of Kachi Ghodi. All in all, they encapsulated the magic of India.
I just got here, so what all I've been able to see right now is kites and everything, and that is for me one of the main attractions for Independence Day. Except for the tricolor, which is the main thing about it, kites are the main thing.
India is known for its street food, and satiating the hungry hordes was the variety of delicacies representing every corner of India. Be it the chole bhature, or the South Indian dosa, the kulfi, or the vada pav, all uniquely different, yet a part of each other. Food is the integral part of India, and no festivity or celebration is ever complete without delicious array of food. So over here, in this very festival, there are an n number of street foods, all specific food from different corners of India representing India. So over here, I have come down to the northern stall, which has in offer chole bhature, really hot, really nice, crispy bhature with really nice and very spicy chole. Another interesting dish in offer was the momo, entering India via Nepal and Tibet. Momo was once limited to just high-end bistros, but now they have secured a place as people's favorite street food item. Now after tasting two different street foods, it's time for the very favorite of mine, momo. And I must say, these ones over here are really nice. These are non-veg momos. They are stuffed with a lot of veggies as well, and they're really nice, very soft. And the meat inside is very, very soft, very succulent. Nice flavor of coriander inside, really nice. Initiating the feeling of togetherness, people hoisted balloons into the air in the name of our freedom, marking the sky with orange, white and green. all that activity sure left me thirsty. So what better than a banta?
Now this is the banta, the Indian summer drink, and I must say nothing quenches the thirst like this does. Food that defines the streets of India and performances that boast about our cultural heritage. What can be a better way to celebrate our Independence Day with? So, as I'm heading back to the celebrations, it's over to you, Teena.
Perfect weather, perfect occasion, and the perfect food. Certainly a foodie's delight. Even after so many years since independence, the zeal among people is still crisp. On that note, I wrap up this episode of Colors of India. We'll see you same time next week with another bunch of exciting and colorful stories. Until then, it's a goodbye and take care.